Rules. It has zero welding, all strip body. It was only seatbelts. This car looks right here. It looks like it was in Sparrow Lake a couple of days ago, last weekend.
Yeah, sure was.
What happened to you in Sparrow Lake?
Well, I busted a front motor mount and my motor dropped. I lost all my steering and my throttle. So
That's not too bad.
no, so I jacked up the motor a little bit, put a couple chains to hold her up a little, well, somewhat anyways. Realigned the steering and we're good to go for another round.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you do good today.
Thanks, man. Take care.
You as well.
The
This derby also has trucks. Eight-bolt rear end in this. Some more trucks. Another Toyota Camry from Mini Pro. Now that's not a car you see very often.
like a medium block, really.
An Oldsmobile. Honda Accord.
It's fabulous.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This one looks like a Nissan Sentra. Again, these are cars that you do not see very often, but these are getting to be more and more common cars. Looks like a pretty stock build, so we'll see how this thing holds up against the pro guys out here. Another truck. Now I did get here a bit late, so I'm gonna miss some of the cars. Toyota Camry. Very nice bumper on that. Full size. It's gonna be a good turnout today. Here's another YouTube channel, Derby It.
Hey, buddy.
I believe they started this car 2 days ago.
Something like that.
Yeah, actually night and a half ago.
Nice. Here's a Honda Accord. These cars right here are pretty tough cars. They barely fit in the wheelbase limits at 106.9, but with a 4-cylinder they run mini. So these cars here give Camrys a run for their money. There's a Toyota Corolla right there. More of a bone stock looking build. See how that holds up today. Love the digger tires on the back of this Suburban. That'll be fun to watch in the trucks. There's a lot of these Toyota Camrys here. Look at the repair plates on this thing. So these frames do bend. Another Lumina. This one looks pretty good. These Toyota Camrys are getting built better and better in different ways. Look what they've done to the back of this thing. That is going to be interesting to see how this car does. They put a lot of time into this. It'll be fun to see how it turns out. Another Honda Accord. These Accords are getting pretty popular here. The track is very muddy, and this is just the pits to get into it. Grand Am. You don't see those ran too much anymore. hood extends way past the bumper on that. Here's a Grand Prix. Now these are good cars for full size, but the problem is they have 4 aluminum spindles, so I don't think that one will do very well, but we'll keep our eye on it. With such a bright paint job, you'll be able to spot it out of everywhere. Another car you don't see here very often. Now I don't know what this is because it's a little bit older than what I normally see, but it looks pretty clean. Another Toyota Camry. These cars are crazy. They're coming out of the woodworks like you wouldn't believe. Two-door Sunfire. Those things are getting to be very common still. Another Toyota Camry. If you guys may recognize this, when it ran last weekend in Sparrow Lake. Sunfire. Look at the bumper on that thing. That is at least a 1/4 inch, if not 3/8 of an inch thick. Wow. Be interesting to see how this thing does with that stuffed on there. Toyota Camry, Honda Civic. A couple more trucks over here. These are newer LS trucks. That one there looks like a 3500. Look at the frame on that thing. Something tells me the back of that isn't going to bend. I'm actually really surprised at the amount of trucks here. I can't really believe how many there is. Usually trucks around here is not a huge showing, but this is impressive. Another Toyota Camry. These Camrys are coming out of everywhere. Now this will be the smallest truck in the big truck division. This is a Dodge Dakota. Now this is the only mid-size truck this company lets run with full size because they do come factory with a V8. Toyota Camry. This one here looks like a Tahoe. Rear end changed out to an 8-bolt. Got some piping added to the frame for a rear bumper. But that thing still looks very tough. Looks like it took a big driver door hit though. You can see right inside of there. Got an outer skin on the front tires, which is smart. Here's a car that you don't see very often, a Hyundai Accent. Now these cars here are not really known for their derbiness. So we'll see how well this thing holds up. It looks more of like a stock build, but see if it can do very well today. Come on. Another truck. This is a factory 2500. You can tell by the 8-bolt in the front. Looks like the frame's starting to pinch in the front, but the rear frame does not look nearly as thick as the other one, but I gotta love those tires and rims. Look at here. Here's a 1500 series Chevy. Oh. Over here we have 2 Luminas. Look at this. They look like cousins. Most hated? Most hated. Bet you these were built by the same people. And if you take a look, they have a great cage inside these cars, and they have a nice shifter inside them. Hopefully today I can come buy one of those shifters. I'm actually here to buy one today as well. Some nice hood tie downs. People have spent money on this one. Good bumper. Be interesting to see how these 2 Luminas do. Here's a 1500 series Chevy. Now this thing's more of a stock looking truck. We'll see how this does today. Now that will be running with the trucks as well. That's a Ford Explorer. Haven't seen one of those run with the full-size trucks, so we'll see about this one. And here's like a 93 to 95 Crown Vic. These things are getting less and less common here in Ontario, but you know what, they're still out there. But realistically, the minis are taking over here. Here's another full size. I'd like to see the track conditions to see what these full size and mini cars are going to be up to, because the pits here look extremely muddy. This one here looks like a Toyota Corolla, I think. Not too sure. Toyota Camry right here. These Camrys are everywhere. I don't know where people are buying all these, because I can't seem to buy very many of them. That Cadillac looks like it drove here, it's so clean. Another Grand Prix.